All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bakemonogatari, and this is the discussion portion of episode 9, where we are starting the was it Nautical Snake arc? This is part 1. I believe this is a two-parter. If you want to see the commentary slash reaction section, I'll put the link in the description to go over there. And if you're interested to see this weird recap discussion thing that I do, you can stick around or come back after or whatever it is you want to do. Anyways, let's get into the episode. But before we do that, obviously, this has been a while. I know in the last recording session, I talked about how I was gonna record this arc right after, but then literally after I finished, I did not have time, as usual. So it is what it is. Life. We all know the reasons why we lose time to do certain things. But besides the point, I don't know how much I'm gonna record today at all. It's 11:53 currently p.m. I don't know if I have time really. Let's see how it goes. Let's just get into the episode for now. I'll talk about that at the end maybe. So in this episode, we started with the was it is it Nautical Snake or is the name of the arc again? I remember. I believe it was Nautical Snake. Yes, I'm gonna go with that. Where we sort of start off. We don't instantly get introduced to her, but then again, I don't think we always do with the arcs. If it, no, it varies. It varies. But here we start off the episode. We're walking up to a shrine with Kambaru, and this is sort of I guess, a retrospective narration from Araragi, where he's talking about Sengoku, and how it's been a while since he had met up with her, so he did not recognize her at first, and here we have Kambaru being clingy, which, I guess they are friends now at the very least, so it makes kind of sense if this kind of her personality. So it doesn't surprise me that she's doing that. Huh. I just realized she's literally fulfilling the gay friend role. Oh my god. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, how old is this series? Like, isn't this like way? No, not way. It's not that old, but no, it's up there. I believe it's before 2010. This is kind of like, I don't think the obligatory gay friend is sort of was a thing yet. So it's kind of it's kind of funny to think about. Anyways, they're walking up. She's running down the shrine. You see, they notice each other. Aragi sort of is like, "Who is that?" She looks familiar, and I guess we could have flashed to her. She noticed him right away, and I think she also remembered him very well. And then we go flip into the opening, which, I mean, come on. At this point, if you've seen enough meme, crack, whatever, Vine compilations, you've probably run into this. I mean, the song itself is catchy. I like it. And I've seen maybe like the beginning few seconds of the opening, like here, and I was expecting this. When I saw her little outfit that she was running, I kind of figured. So it didn't really surprise me, but I know. But I did hear. I cannot speak. I have heard it before, and when I started the show on episode 1, I realized that the opening was from this, because when I saw the title art here, it's in the previous openings and stuff, and like some cover stuff, like cover art and stuff from the show. What do I get from the opening? I wasn't paying much attention to the lyrics, just because the visuals are kind of. I was looking at the visuals mostly. Kind of like this, for instance. where, well, my guess is kind of she probably has a thing for Aragi. You know, the whole Big Brother thing going on there. It's probably a bit more than that. But here we have, her. I think I mentioned it. She's like very colorful and expressive, and then we have Aragi on the side there, where she's sort of happily walking beside him, but it's almost like he's not even there. And then he himself in the opening, while everything is colored, he's just grayed out, and he has this sort of dead look in his eye. It's kind of, I find kind of interesting. Mm. If I can remember, I'll try to, you know, what you call it, pay attention to the lyrics in the next episode. Which will probably be the only time I have for it, because I believe this is only a 2-episode arc. Huh. That's interesting. Also, I don't think I'll have time to record the next episode tonight. Just because I have some stuff to take care of. And then this is going to take time to render and upload. But, feels better getting something out than not. Okay, so we continue walking up the shrine. He warns Kambaru about snakes and stuff. Which, of course, all the not so obvious foreshadowing. So we're walking up. Also, the visuals here, the overall art is kind of different from what we've seen so far, which I found interesting. And, it seemed very neat. And again, we are up at like a mountain forest area. We're talking about Senjogahara here. Which, yeah. Okay. He inquired about the arm. Yeah, he did. Which we learn in the end of her arc that it isn't gone. It's just not in effect, I guess you could say. She has until she's 20, according to Oshino, which my guess is she's 15, 16 years old. She has at least, I don't know, 4 years maybe before anything with the changes with the arm, I'm guessing. Which, is sort of, I guess, payment for stuff that she has done. Okay, we reach the shrine. He has the little seal, and then this happens, which I'm guessing is related, but it's kind of odd. I mean, nothing happened to Araragi for one. But something is wrong, because Araragi didn't seem worn out and she did, and she is the athletic one out of the two. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Sort of, okay, she wants to eat to calm herself down. So he says, okay, just while he goes and places the, whatchamacallit. Then he kind of ponders with her on how he remembered this girl, which we later found that it was actually through his sisters like he thought. So that's interesting. So she's a friend of his little sister. And that's how she got to meet him. And from the looks of it, what you said, 6th grade, I think was what she said later. So they were very young when they met. Okay, so this is the seal. Goes back and couldn't find Kambaru. Also, yeah, she made this funny ass noise. And then they're looking at this tree, which, funny enough, there's dead snakes. Also, the subs are being weird, I noticed. No, they seem, I guess it's just sort of, whatever. She's pinning snakes to the wall. Nice snake tongue there. To the wall, now to the tree. Which I said already seems bad. I mean, depending on what religious belief you believe in. That's a weird phrase. Is that even right? My English is he's kind of sort of leaving me. I don't know. Anyways, snakes sort of represent different things, but cutting one up kind of seems like a bad omen in general. Okay, I know we sort of skip over to him buying books at the bookstore in Hanakawa. Prep books also. I know I said it in the episode, but these little looks that Hanakawa was giving while she's saying certain things is kind of unnerving in a way. It almost seems like she's how do I word this? Not throwing shade. She's not really insulting him, but she's sort of leading him on and placing him in a way that she's semi upset with him. At the same time, she's being very vague in everything she's saying. It's like, come on. Like, I don't want to sound sexist, but come on, woman. This is sort of the thing that women do. Is like, just say what you want and say it clearly, and the guy will understand. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I don't mean to sound sexist, but I've been dealing with some females lately that are kind of, it's kind of getting a bit much, so it's kind of unnerving just to hear that sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I'm hearing that a lot lately. Just stop being vague, and you'll most likely get a proper answer to whatever it is you want to hear. Okay. Talk about how she's going to university. Again, she's giving looks after looks. Okay, we bring back up the snake again because we kind of skipped over it. We buried the snake. Talked about the lunch. Yeah, it seemed like a ritual. It was at a snake shrine, we found out. Also, again, she's doing the whole being vague thing and expecting him to understand. It's like, if you wanted to talk about him having a hard time with Kambaru, for one, lead with that. For two, how do you know they were linking arms? I mean, come on. Like, were you spying? Hanikawa, I know your arc is next because I've read the title of it and it's your name. So we're gonna be dealing with you after, but what is your deal? You say the weirdest of things, behave strangely. You seem to be having home problems, from what I gathered from Mayoi's arc and what you say later on. We have Sikoku coming in the bookstore researching occult shit. She was sacrificing snakes earlier, so I get it. Also, is it just me or does the art here from this angle of Araragi look kind of bizarre? Yeah, it does. At least to me, it does. And she sort of starts talking to him here about him. The whole thing again with him being too nice and this and that, which I get where you're coming from, and I don't completely disagree. Although in this situation with Kambaro specifically, one, there isn't much to worry about because it was Sanjugahara's wishes, and two, Kambaro's not into guys. I think we're safe. Also, you got to figure out what she really means. Are you sure you're not talking about yourself here? Because so far you've been nothing but vague. Like I said, yeah, we got the whole tsundere thing, whatever, with Sanjugahara. But she's not afraid to speak her mind. Unlike you, who you're sort of giving vague statements and expecting responses. Isn't this what you want for him to figure out what you really mean? Because, the simplest thing would be just to tell him. I mean, you gotta stop being vague and just say how you feel. Like, whatever it is you gotta say to Araragi, or qualms you have with him. Or was the whole thing about him linking arms at Kamba where you're, sort of for you more than Sanjugahara? Because I don't know if I've said it before, but I will say it now. I do get the vibe that Hanekawa is into Araragi, like that she likes him. So if you're feeling jealous or whatever, say it. I mean, if you like him, you gotta tell him. Instead of sort of getting mad at him for doing things. Whatever. Women, you know. That line right there, being kind to everyone's a bit irresponsible. Again, I get where you're coming from. You're not completely wrong. It's just this situation is kind of not where it goes, I guess you could say. He talks about college, she's not going. Okay, and then she gets a headache. Excuse me. At the burp there. Which I don't know if this is unrelated or not. But she says lately I've been getting some headaches, which makes it seem that it's not related. So she's having her own thing going on in the background. And once again, she's not saying anything. So Aragi's left to worry, and you're kind of dealing with stuff on your own, which if you need help, you should probably tell someone. Also, yeah, there was a line here that I kind of want to... Hold up. Kind of want to... Where are we? This is... It's not fine. Let's put this down. Walk you home. Says, no, I'm fine. I'm not going home, which... From what we learned from the Mayoi snail arc and how she was able to see Hachikuji, she has some home issues. And then his response makes me believe that he knows about it, which... No, he does know about it. Yeah. He said it himself that he knew about it, and that's why he was the one that sort of rationalized why she could see Hachikuji. Huh. I mean, my theory is abuse. She's got an abusive parent. I'm sticking to my theory for now. Makes sense why she wouldn't want to go home. Okay. Finds her leaving the bookstore. She's researching occult shit. Asks Kambaro to meet up with him because he's going back to the shrine because he figures she'd be there. Okay, kind of exchange. He's good with younger girls, which, depending on who says that and how they say it, that can come across as just a little bit inappropriate, to say the least. And she's up here killing snakes again and crying about it. And you kind of get introduction. She was friends. She didn't have much friends, and she was friends with Aragi's sister. And that's how she met Araragi. Go up to his room. Kambaro was excited, of course. Which, she's never been in a guy's room. So there is a bit of teenage excitement there. We also know she's into BL. So she's got interest in guys in a different way. And she's a pervert. So she wants to find all of his porno mags. And her stalking has led to her knowing his kinks, which I like how they don't tell us what it is. They just sort of you're playing the, I was gonna say pronoun game, but that's not is that right? No, that's not what it is. But basically, again, vague statements, of course. This seems to be the vague statement arc. She asks them to turn around. And she strips down into bloomers because she didn't want her panties to be seen. But she's wearing bloomers over her panties. Topless. No bra. But she doesn't want to show her panties. Okay. I'm not even going to question the logic there. Also, Kambaro just so happened to have bloomers on her. Well, that's a shot. But I know you're supposed to be showing us the like snake marks on her body, but come on. Okay. Uh, this is why I don't deal with younger women. I can never understand them. Oh god, whatever. She's stating she hates her body, and I don't know if she means because of the whole snake thing or her. She's kind of got these insecurities that run deep, or both. I wouldn't be surprised if it was both. She is a teenage girl. Again, okay, I just realized this whole video is making me sound straight up sexist. She's a teenager. I mean, teenagers in general have a lot of insecurities, but she wants help, and well, Aragi is probably going to want to help. Interesting. How just we sort of we don't get to know a lot about her. Only that she's friends with Aragi's sister, and she knew him a while, and she has this oddity problem. Most likely an oddity problem, given the nature of the show. And she's looking for help. But we sort of got to see the dynamic with Aragi and Kambaru now that things have been settled on her end. And now it's a new arc and new girl. I'm interested to see how it goes and sort of what the deal is with the snake. And why the scales are all over her body. And why she's killing them. Also, besides all that, I mean, the ED, there's these little changes to it, which I kind of want to go forward here a little bit. This right here. Wait a minute. Hold up. That's way too far back. Whatever. I want to get to it. I want to look at that again. Are we at 2? No, it's still too far ahead. Too far ahead. It's just. Okay, so that's Sejigahara and Aragi playing rock paper scissors, right? I almost missed that, but I'm surprised I noticed it. But she threw scissors every time while Araragi was changing between them. That's kind of funny. So yeah, there's these little subtle changes to the ED. Of course, certain things stay the same. I'm not too sure if I think some of this stuff is different. But for the most part, it's the same. It's interesting. I wonder if it changes over time, because I know in the ending there is Naiko in it that's sort of present. So I wonder if in the next arc, which I'm pretty sure is Hanakawa's arc, she'll be sort of prominent in the ED. Huh. Interesting start to an arc. We don't get much on I don't know if I want to call her Sengoku or Naruto. But we don't get much on her as much yet. We get a little bit of her backstory, and that she's got some issues, which, I mean, she's up there killing the snakes and pinning them to trees and shit. I mean, yeah, I would assume she has some problems to deal with. Wow. It's an interesting arc to come back to. Well, I know there were some things I wanted to talk about, but for one, I know, well, that's it for this episode. But, like I was saying, I don't know. I will be able to record the next episode tonight. I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow. Whenever I have time again, I'll continue. I do really like the show. It's just I don't have time. Like, shit is a mess out there in the real world. Okay, well, that was it for this episode. Leave a like if you like, leave a comment. I'll I'll read it. I'll see what I'll respond more than likely. If you enjoyed this video, do all that stuff. And I don't remember how I do the outro, so I'm kind of rambling. Wow. I really don't remember how to do this. I don't believe the break in between last session and this session is as big as the one before, but or maybe it was about the same. I actually don't know. But that's it for the discussion portion. Just remember, if you wanted to see the reaction, commentary, or whatever, let me know. If you want to see more of these, and the one for this, just remember it's in the description below if you're interested in that sort of thing. And that's it for this one. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is, whenever I have time to record the next episode. And this outro has been a fucking mess. Wow. I mean, I know I was going to be bad at this, but damn. I'm gonna see you guys later. Ending the video here. Peace.